Okay, so step number one is to soak your oasis in water. Keep it in for 15 minutes. Then make a little boat out of aluminum foil to set the oasis on your table so it doesn't leak on your table. Then the next step is to put in your greenery. And I used magnolia leaves and just greenery from my yard. You want to cut a lot of greenery. It takes a lot of greenery to go all the way around the edges of all four of these oasis blocks. And then set your candles on the oasis. Just push those down into the oasis a little bit to keep them nice and steady. Then the next step is to put in your apples and your pine cones. And I just used floral wire, and I folded a piece of floral wire in half, poked it through the top of the apple, pushed it out the bottom, and the wire that came out the bottom I used to poke the apple into the oasis and hold them in place. And I did a similar thing with the pine cones, just wrapped the wire around the bottom of the pine cones and then poked that into the oasis to hold those in place. And then I just cut and placed the random things that I cut, some winterberry and some white flowers that I cut from the roadside. I cut those stems real short and then just poked the stems right into the floral oasis. And then just filled in with all the roadside and things that I cut from my yard, winterberry and those types of things. And then the last step, or the last part, was to put my roses into the arrangement. I bought some roses from a roadside vendor, I think for like $12 a dozen. So it was very inexpensive. And I cut those stems very short and poked those into the arrangement where it was needed. Oh, and the last thing were the maple leaves. I don't have a lot of maples in my area here in Florida, but I did find one tree that had some beautiful colored maple leaves, and I put those in last. That was kind of the finishing touch. So that's how I made my long floral arrangement for my Thanksgiving table on a very minimal budget. You can do it too. Have fun.